Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the UK Northern Powerhouse on Transport Fever 2. This will be episode number 67 in the series, and in this episode I would like, if I can, to get 2 lines built. I'd like to get the line from Shrewsbury up towards Crewe built for sure, but we might also have time to build the line from Chester, the Mid-Cheshire line from Chester calling at Greenbank and then on towards Manchester via Stockport. We're currently on board this northern service, which is the Kirby to Manchester Victoria, and obviously this is on the Merseyrail Northern line. This is where the services interchange, this is where the third rail network ends, and basically we've got this service which kind of shuttles back from Kirby to Manchester Victoria. Someone said in the last couple of videos back that there is a new northern livery for the 150. I couldn't find it, but there is a kind of made an imaginary livery which looks quite nice, but I've forgotten to actually turn it on to actually I think I've subscribed to it because I did look at it in the UK mod showcase, but I haven't actually selected it for this, so I need to remember to do that and just update them. It's not identical to the new northern livery, but it looks a bit nicer and it's a bit more modern than this one, which is obviously the old northern livery. But I think the 150s are probably best for this job. The 156s do seem to struggle. I mean, actually saying that, I probably wouldn't be too bad on this because it's flat, isn't it, all the way into Manchester. So it's going Kirby, Wigan, Walgate. Is it Wigan, Walgate? I think it is. Wigan, Walgate, and then on to Manchester, Victoria there. We do have a load of services operating around here, so I've pretty much finished this kind of Liverpool-Manchester axis now. So we've got the Merseyrail Northern line going up to Kirby, and we've got Ormskirk, and then Ormskirk, we've got the Ormskirk-Preston shuttle. Now this is a single line track, and I don't know what I've got on this actually, can't remember, but because it's only a single line, I couldn't say if there are any passing places or passing loops around here, so I've just got a single train shuttling backwards and forwards between Preston and Ormskirk. And then we've got the south, what have we got around here? We have the Southport to Manchester Victoria service. Obviously again, that's another service calling at Wigan Walgate, so they're all set up. What else have we got going on around here? So I think we're pretty much finished, aren't we? I think we've got, I'm not sure if I showed you, did I show you in this last episode? I can't remember. I decided on reflection to actually build Blackburn just because it is quite a big place, and I have built some smaller places, and my computer's running alright. I do have a new GPU now, so I've got this is called the morning mod, which gives you the nice shadows, so hopefully my computer should last just a little bit longer until we get this series finished with. How many of you got? Six whole people. Blackburn have a bus service yet? Yes, it does. What have we got on that? I think Diamond Northwest, but actually Blackburn has grown a little bit and is still growing. But there's this line here which goes somewhere. Is it into Bolton maybe? But I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to bother building it because I'm not sure if there are any services which actually need it, to be honest. And then is there another line? Yeah, there's supposed to be a line here which kind of goes up towards Skipton. Again, I'm not sure. I haven't looked if there's any services which use these two kind of branches, so I haven't bothered with them. But in terms of this northwest region, we have pretty much finished it now. We've got a lot going on around here. Loads of services. We've got a bus. What I've done, so we've got Burscough Curve, we've got Ormskirk, and we've got Kirby, and they're all linked up with a bus service going backwards and forwards, because I think it's just because the 3 stations are quite close together, it's good interchange there just to get passengers moving. So that's all set up. Southport is stable 334. It doesn't have a bus service in yet, but the spread is pretty much most of the town, isn't it, apart from this little area here. It probably would benefit from some sort of shuttle, but not really worried about it too much for now. But we do have that finished, and Liverpool has started to grow back a little bit since I kind of took the bulldozer to it and demolished a load of it. So 507 out of a possible 580 population. Trying to encourage a little bit of growth around here, so I've got some bus services all coming in to Sandhills, one either side. Try and maybe generate a little bit of growth around Sandhills, try and generate some customers So yeah, we have, hopefully you would have seen since I've done a little time lapse of the rebuilding of Liverpool South Parkway, so we do have the Merseyrail line going underneath to Hunts Cross and then comes back. So yeah, that's all built now. I've got a bus service in, obviously going to Liverpool South Parkway, Liverpool John Lennon Airport, so that's again another good interchange possibility here between the Merseyrail and the main line service, I guess you'd call them. Still nothing calling at Hunts Cross. I did maybe think, did I start? Yeah, I did actually put in a station. I might put it on. I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to put that service on. So that'd be the Northern Liverpool to Manchester Oxford Road service, because yeah, I was thinking about it, but then I was thinking this is a fake station and people can't, well, I haven't said that. There is a passenger path, so I guess people must teleport to the path and be able to get on and off, but I'm not really happy with that. So if I am going to put that service on, it probably will be a real station, but as you can see with the train, it's not the best place to put Manchester Oxford Road, even if it is just a little spur with just a double slip switch there. Still not ideal. Manchester, oh, you're quite busy as well. Warrington, East Midlands Rail, Liverpool to Grantham service, Bain. There is a load of trains on this service, but they all get bunched up to heck. And we've only got 30 people waiting for that, but they must have been waiting for a long time. Blackpool North, Manchester Airport, again, we got loads waiting for that. 100 people waiting to go to Manchester Victoria from Manchester Airport, Darlington. What are you? You are red car. Did you start? I'm just going to have to ignore it. What is Manchester saying are... Oh, no, it's not. What's that then? So we've got tons and tons of people waiting here, 113 now, it's just gone up. But you're saying our station quality is very good. Maybe, are you even Manchester? Salford, very good. Stockport, very good. Ashton-under-Lyne, that's weird. I would have thought that'd be quite poor by now, but... some passengers leave because the station is overloaded. Yes, it is. That is Manchester Piccadilly down to a T. So we will just ignore that for now. I think we're going to have another service. We are going to have another service going into Manchester Piccadilly, but it's not going to call on 1314, as it's going to actually come into the station itself. So there we are. We're pretty much caught up. Just quickly want to get the line down to Shrewsbury, and now we do already have the junction into Shrewsbury, so don't need to worry about that too much. We just need a station in Whitchurch, so we are going to go straight in with the old bulldozer, just get rid of that and just chuck in a station here. Nothing particularly fancy, I don't think. I think I'm going to go with NL, and we're going to have two. Do it 160 just in case it wants an overpass, and that's it. Yeah, catenary, no, just chuck that in there once this autosave is finished. Good, so that's finished. It really does take an age with this map now to save all the mods I'm using and whatnot. So yeah, plonk that in there. Have I built that on the right sort of alignment? I think I have. And then we're just actually oh no, don't know what that is. Press escape, that's the one we want. Configure, we're just going to do the usual. So fences and walls, we'll chuck some fencing around here, just give it a littlest touch of detail around there, and then passenger building will have some steps along there, and then just get a road in. So yeah, we should be able to get the two lines built in this episode, because this isn't particularly complicated. We've done most of the hard work with regards to the Shrewsbury junction, and the Crewe junction as well has already been built, so we don't really need to worry too much. Just want to put in some roads, try and encourage a little bit of development around the actual station itself, and maybe just a little bit more down here. Chuck that in there, not really too worried, so that's relatively easy. Actually, I am right. So what we'll do is we'll get the tracks in first. So we're going to high speed, no catenary because it's not electrified, I don't think. No catenary. Chuck the track in just to there for now, and obviously coming out the back as well, two pieces of track, so one there, good. And then we can actually use this little bit of terrain here to put in the bridge that I demolished, well, the bridge over here to connect the road that I demolished, and we will go for a nice green girder bridge there, get the road joined up. So where's that road there? Let's just delete it back a little bit, connect that up, upgrade it so we own it, and then just get some street connected up to there. Nothing overly complicated. and just chuck them in light. So a little bit of ugliness with that terrain there, but it's not too bad actually. Before I forget, I will actually put the walls on this. So we want 4, nope, that's the wrong one, 4, now that's height position, tracks wide 4, no walls, nope, no cap, full skew, nope, none, don't want any caps unfortunately, and then just chuck those in there just to make that look a little bit nicer, like so. And then we can just connect this up to the junction, which we built a long time ago when we built Crewe. I might be able to actually, as the crow flies. What's that doing? That's doing some sort of viaduct. I don't think there are any. Why are you going straight from? That's because we're going uphill. This part of the country is a little bit hilly, but it's not quite as hilly as this map suggests. So we don't want any. Don't think there are any viaducts or anything of particular interest. And now it's trying to go into a tunnel. Right, if we just connect that up, and then yeah, that's a nice embankment. I don't know why it was trying to do a tunnel. Not entirely necessary. Just get that hooked up to there, and then what can we do? Let's try as the crow flies from Shrewsbury, see what it does. Just trying to do a tunnel. Yeah, it's a little bit of a gouge, but that is not the end of the world. I think we'll take that and that as well. And then we need... Got a signal in already, so we don't need to worry about that. That's already signalised. That's all pretty hideous. So we will... Oh no, that's definitely the wrong tool. Make that look a little bit nicer, shall we? Don't really need to worry too much about it at the minute. Yeah, we'll just... So we smooth that off a little bit, and actually just looking at this, I don't think Shrewsbury is connected up to Whitchurch, so I'll connect those two up. Obviously, we're more interested in the rail services, but the road connections do provide you with town growth, don't they? So it is important to make sure your towns are connected up with roads, because you don't really want to stifle the growth of your town too much. So we'll get that upgraded, and then we'll put another set of walls in here. So usually better from this angle, isn't it? Raise that up to there, spin it round till we're kind of lined up nicely with that, and then just put that into the ground until using shift and page down in my like so, and then just back around this area again, just bring that down. I think that needs to be maybe that way. That will do. It's on a little bit of a slope, but I think I will live with it. Now what do I want? I think just in between, actually no I won't. What I'll do is look for the signals to begin with. So we'll use a triple aspect. Coming into Crewe, do we have a signal? We do. It goes into now that I've done the junction, but I haven't built the junction correctly. So I've got put a signal there, and I'm going to put a signal here. That should have been one way. Like so, we'll change that to one way. There's not going to be a huge number of services on this particular route, but there will be at least 2, so we do need to make sure we've got enough capacity. Now what I've done wrong here is this bit here, this branch where it goes into this onto the bay platform. That is for the Crewe Shrewsbury shuttle, but I've kind of forgotten about the Shrewsbury Manchester, or the Manchester South Wales service, obviously, which uses this line. Now obviously this track that we've got here, this arrangement isn't accurate really. It's not very accurate at all, but what I do need to do is get the track from here, from this branch, and obviously it needs to go into the bay platforms at Crewe, but it also needs to come in to a through platform at Crewe in order for... It's not going to let me do that at all, is it? In order for the Manchester South Wales service to stop there. So I'm not entirely sure. I probably do need this junction for some reason. It's just going to have to be a little bit slow, which isn't a problem because any trains using this junction will be slowing down anyway. And then we're going to have a junction coming off here and across that maybe. It is a little bit ugly because when I built the Manchester to Crewe branch of the West Coast Main Line, I was querying if trains use this platform here as a bi-directional platform, and I'm pretty sure that the South Wales trains do actually come in northbound and they actually come in southbound as well onto this platform. So can I make that a possibility? Can I make that happen? It's gonna be a little bit ugly, but I think I'm gonna put in a switch here like so. So we've got trains can come right, so they're coming northbound. They would be coming northbound anyway because this is the down, isn't it? And then across there. But what I want also is trains on the up to be able to go over onto this platform. That's already a bi-directional signal, so that's not a problem. That's fine, and I think that signal is fine as well. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a quick look at the map. I know it's not accurate, but I would just like to have a quick look at the open rail map just to see how we can kind of connect this in, make it look a little bit accurate, if not wholly accurate. Okie dokie, so I've looked at the map. It doesn't really give me anything to go off because it is quite a complicated arrangement. We've got the what would be the northbound platform here on the far left, which would go to Chester, so that platform's needed. We've got these two switches, this pair of switches here, which slew over from the up down fast over into these central diversionary tracks, bypass tracks basically, that go through the centre of Crewe. So I've just quickly moved those back a little bit because I'm just experimenting just with some of the arrangements. So this track here, these two switches, I've got to be pretty quick because these are obviously for the non-stop trains. I'm going to get rid of these switch motors. I've done my detailing a little bit too soon. So not switch motors, they are permanent magnets, AWS magnets. Get rid of those. So we've got that there, and then what we need to do is bring this track in on a little bit more of an angle to Crewe. What I want to do is I think I want to put another piece of track like that. Do I? Don't know. No, don't want two track, but what I do want is something. What do I want? So we want, no, back to the map. Yeah, so we can have a fifth track here which needs to go into this platform here for those services, the Manchester South Wales service. So we've got a fifth track alongside, which is all fine. Well, 7 tracks. So we've got that in there, and then we need another switch from here to go into that platform, and then I think I will connect these two to that. So we've got the two bay platforms connected up. It is going to be a little bit ugly, but I think it's probably what we're going to have to do. There's not much we can do about it, I don't think. And then get this over here. So I'm just going to connect that up, see what that looks like. Make sure the junction isn't ugly, which it's just on the verge, I think. It's not too bad. And then I'm going to connect this up as well to it. It's going to be a pretty slow switch, but I'm not gonna obsess over it too much because they are coming in to slow down anyway. So that should all be fine. So that gives you all of the. Why is there a use parallel tracks? Why did I turn that on? Not sure. Right, good. Well, not good, but we're getting somewhere. Right, so we'll put in a switch one way, yes, onto there. Right, so we are getting somewhere. Can I get rid of that? It's not going to be particularly easy. And then what? Something like what? Okay, so if they do that, that's all good, that's fine. And then this track wants to come off here and switch into the main line. Another switch over doesn't get us. Actually, no, yeah. So we'll have the northbound down service going to Chester. It's going to slew over onto these, and then it's going to slew over onto that, and then onto that platform there. And then on the actual southbound or up service, it just goes straight over the tracks. It's probably not accurate, but it will do the job, I think. So what is complaining at me now? All of the services are broken. How can you all be broken? Liverpool, Stafford, Manchester, Stafford, yeah, you're all broken. Not entirely sure why, but not to worry. What I'm going to do actually, before I do anything else, get rid of these, and then we will actually put in some no track. What is it? It's not. What is it under? Markers. No, that's a signal. Don't want to put that in there. Track. I just want to put in a Belize, which I know it's not ETCS, but it just looks a little bit better. So I think these. What have we got here? So that's they're up downs, aren't they? So I'll put one in there, up, down. So these just look nicer than markers, I think. Just put my markers in. So then there's an up and then there's a down, like so. And then what we need to do is just come back to our services. So only this. So we've got the Avanti. Which one's broken? Manchester Stafford via Crewe. Avanti Manchester Stafford via Crewe. Get rid of No, do we want to get rid of Stafford Waypoint? Could not connect all stations. Why not? We're on the up down fast. We're going up, and then we've got to switch over onto that track there. Not entirely sure why it's unhappy. Has it changed the platform? Perhaps terminals. I think it might have changed its platforms, possibly. These are all coloured far too. Alright, we'll just recolour this, just so I can make it out. So it is, alright, maybe a completely different colour then. Yellow. So it is coming in, it's got tracks there, doesn't have a waypoint, it just has Stafford Crewe, platform 8. Which one's platform 8? Platform 8 is that one. Stafford Crewe. Maybe, have I not electrified something? Maybe that's probably why, isn't it? Yeah, we haven't electrified some of the switches. So I think this track here technically doesn't need to be electrified because the Chester services obviously are diesels, aren't they? But I think they are electrified though. So we will do that. And the switches haven't been electrified. So that's why they're all complaining. Good. So that should have fixed everything, so that can go back to some sort of colour. Good, that's all fine. That's the bypass, that's the Warrington, and that's all fine. What's the Avanti, Flint Stafford. So coming back, we want you to be on platform 13. That's the whole point of the exercise. That should work. Yeah, I think it often does go on onto this far platform, the far left platform, so that should be all nice and accurate. Now we have possibly messed up our signalling and junction a little bit here, but it doesn't get particularly congested around here anyway, so it's not too bad. So that's an up, isn't it? And this is an up as well, so we need a signal there. Coming down, don't really want to put any signals on here. Is there a signal there? I think we're gonna have to get rid of that. We have stretched out. What have I? If I just got rid of the signal I've just put in. Oh dear, not having a good day today. Right, put that there. Good. Don't really need that switch anymore. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. What does it actually do? Because we've got that one, that's the London North Western Railway service. Wants to be something dark green maybe. So you go via Stoke anyway, so you don't need to come over onto these tracks at all. So we will, I will leave that switch in there. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to get used for, but I think I'll just leave it, and that will have to be a bi-directional. Let's see, let's get a line on first, because let's see if that will work. So we're going from, where are we? Manchester, Piccadilly, and then Stockport, down to Crewe, stopping at, I'm pretty sure it does stop at Whitchurch, down to Shrewsbury, and then just into this little fake station here, just for it to turn round, come back to Shrewsbury, Whitchurch, stopping at Crewe again, and then again stopping at Stockport on the return. Let's just see what it's done with regards to the platform at Crewe. That's not Crewe, that's Stoke. Right, so we've got it coming on to this platform here and using that switch over there onto the correct track. So it is potentially going to cause a little bit of congestion in this area, but I think we should be alright, hopefully. Do I have a signal there? Yeah, I've got a signal. I don't think I want any more signals. And what are we doing with regards to Manchester Piccadilly? Yeah, you're coming into there. Can you go onto any of the platforms? What if we come in from, you're the same colour as the other Avanti service, maybe if you a lighter pink colour. So you're coming in onto these. Do we have any switches we can get it right over onto some other, because I just went on the Avanti platforms terminals. We haven't named it yet. Where are you? Line 1. You want to be, I reckon, on 2. Are you going to let me do that? Yes, you are. Good. So you are a TFW, T small f W, Manchester to Shrewsbury, is it? We'll just take a quick look. Where are we? I've put SHR, so I've got that right. Good, that's all fine, that's all looking right. So now we just need to whack on a couple of trains onto this route, and then we'll move on to the Mid-Cheshire line. Okie dokie, so I've put on a handful of Class 170s, I think these are, aren't they, in the TFW colours. Now I know is it the 170 or 172s that TFW do have primarily work down south, but we don't have any TFW coloured 158 and we don't have a 175, so I think this is a nice stand-in for those two vehicles. That's the Manchester South Wales service is mainly worked by 175s or 158s anyway, so I think, although there is a Arriva Trains Wales coloured 158, I think I just like this. It's not completely unrealistic considering Transport for Wales do have a few of these knocking about, so we've got that on. It took a long time to get those in service actually, just because of the hold up getting into Manchester Piccadilly, but that's all working fine. Now I'm not sure what sort of frequency we are looking at. We're looking at a 4-minute frequency, so that's not too bad. I think yeah, pretty pleased with that, and that's perfectly acceptable. Everything's working fine, no issues, got the bi-directional platform in place, so that's all fine. Or just what I wanted to do actually before I go any further is, I know it's where are you going? Potentially not exactly necessary, but there is a Shrewsbury to Crewe shuttle, but we do need to put a switch in around here just for the services to switch over, so I'm gonna chuck that in there maybe. And then what's that doing? That's going onto that platform there, so I think is that section big enough for a 4 car? I think that looks big enough, because all I want to do, actually what I'll do is I'll move this switch back a little bit and make it a little bit quicker at the same time, so that's plenty quick enough, and then I will put in another switch there, and that means we've got enough space to stack a train if needs be, and then that just gives us a nice reversing point for that shuttle. And which platform are you going into? You don't want to be on any of them, so you're a TFW, no, small f, so we've got that running, and we are running out of red. That's one strange thing with this, even with the extra expanded colour palette, we don't have a huge selection of reds. but not to worry. What I just want to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of a fake depot in here, something like that. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. No catenary, I'll just chuck it in. Might leave it there actually, and then we're going to go with I think we'll go, because the 156s do have the TFW colours, so we'll go just put one of them on, shuttling backwards and forwards between Shrewsbury and Crewe Shrewsbury shuttle. That should all be fine. There's the Avanti West Coast service to Chester. What are you? You are the NE Warrior. Now, before we move on to the Mid Cheshire line, I do actually have some trains. Yes, trains. They're the ones to actually name, almost forgotten. So what I wanted actually was, if we come up here, we've got the Manchester Airport to Oxenholme. Now what I've done with these is I've actually switched them out for the Intercity 250s, because they do look really similar to the Class 397. They're not identical, but they're similar enough, so, and they are like fully electric like the Class 397 units are. So instead of the 800, not the 800, I think the 802s, aren't they? Instead of those, we've got these Intercity 250s, which I just think look really good and pretty much match the 397 look. So what I need to do is, this needs to be the NE Warrior 1405 Press, just because he's a tier 2 patron and they get a train named after them every 6 or so episodes, is it? So that's one of those. And then we do have this, so we've got the John Express. He hasn't got back to me with what name he wants, so we'll call him the John Express for now. Another T2 patron there, just as a little thank you for supporting the channel. I thought it'd be nice just to name these trains, just to showcase them a little bit more. Yeah, so there we go, we've got that. Now I don't think we're going to have time to get the whole Cheshire line in, but not to worry too much. What I want to do though is just get the actual stations in the correct locations, and then talk a little bit about the Manchester Airport bit. So we've got Hertford here. I just want to find out where these stations are. I think looking at it, I have built Hertford in the wrong place, but it's not the end of the world, but it just means it's kind of not located correctly. So I'm going to have to do, and it does mean I'm going to have to do a little bit of demolition as well, just to get this track alignment in. Yeah, because I did, when I first published the comment, when I first published the map rather, I got a comment, why did I build Hertford? Now the reason for that is, although it's not a huge town like Blackburn, let's say, it is kind of an interchange station, and it just gives us an excuse to build the Mid Cheshire line, which is primarily why I kind of decided to build this town here. Otherwise, I suppose I could have built the stations, but yeah, that's my reasoning for it. So no catenary, it's not electrified, and we're just gonna hop across there. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe a fraction higher then. Fraction higher. Don't want it to be too high, because we've got bridge and then it goes straight into station. Is that? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take that, I think. So we're gonna go bridge. Yeah, just gird a bridge of some description. 2 track. We want to keep them keep them straight and relatively flat as well, because we're going straight into a station, so we don't want any horrible looking angles on the station. And then actually coming out of here, don't need to worry about that, we just need to bring that down to ground level, and then come in with a station of some description. How big does it want? It just want to be 120, should be more than long enough. Tracks 2, building size small, colour blue, because I'm pretty sure it's a northern managed station, isn't it? High speed catenary, no. So we've got that on. There is a cord which goes from the West Coast main line onto the Mid Cheshire line, but I don't think we're going to build it. I don't think I've got the space anyway, looking at it, especially with this grade separated junction which goes off towards Liverpool. It's just going to bring that down to there ish. No, maybe, I think that maybe the station alignment does need to be on a slight angle, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Just going to put that in 100 miles per hour, more than fast enough for whatever services, whatever trains are going to be operated. I'm pretty sure they usually pace, or no, they're not anymore. No, they've just, the last pacer has been withdrawn from service, hasn't it? So it's not pacers anymore. So I don't know, probably 150s or something, I imagine. Don't think they have 190s on this route yet, or no, 195s rather. So yeah, just want to bring that round. I think what I might do is, no, I don't. That's pretty hideous. What I might do is, I'm going to obviously build this station here, which we've just done. But what I'm going to do is might demolish a little bit of Hertford, just to try and encourage it to grow where I actually need it and where I want it to grow, rather than being around the wrong side of the tracks, as it were. So yeah, I'm going to do that. A little bit of smoothing. That doesn't look too bad. No, we'll live with that. I think what I might do is put in an entrance to Hertford on this side as well. So just a little bit of flattening, configure this, get rid of that wall. Yeah, this is like one of the legacy stations. This is one of the first stations I built, so it's still kind of just brown, which I'm not going to mess around with it too much, I don't think. But what I want is a little bit of road off there, and we'll keep that level-ish, curve it round, maybe up, maybe up a little bit. Yeah, that's all fine, because Hertford is quite big actually on this particular playthrough, on this map rather, on my save. So I think I can get away with demolishing quite a little bit of it and try and encourage some development over here. Now we're going to connect this up to Chester and then up to the airport, but the reason I don't want to go any further is because I think I'm going to demolish Manchester Airport, reposition it a long time ago, many episodes back. Someone did comment that Manchester Airport is located completely in the wrong kind of orientation. I think it wants to be more on a axis like that, northwest southeast axis, and basically what happens is the Mid Cheshire line comes, actually I've done it the wrong direction completely there, haven't I? Not to worry, I was having another autosave, but it comes along here and then it almost takes like a 90-degree turn, and it's kind of, it should be more parallel with the bottom of Stockport, and we've got like so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build Navigation Road, and no, just Navigation Road, and have the tram coming into Navigation Road down here as well. So that's just like another interchange possibility. So yeah, Manchester Airport is probably going to get rebuilt camera, I think, which isn't a huge task because it is just plopping down the airport, but it does. I'm not happy with the way this track looks here, and I can't get it really any closer. So yeah, I'm going to move Manchester Airport off camera. I might finish this in the next episode, but I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave you with the Manchester Airport to Shrewsbury service, the TFW service. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.